Well, hello there. It is Tonya Poole, and we are finally in 2020, and we are finally in Capricorn season. We actually entered into Capricorn season at the end of 2019. And so here we are with everybody's a Capricorn, including you. So no matter what sun sign you are, we are all experiencing the energy of Capricorn right now. And Capricorn is somewhere in your birth chart anyway. So you and I are all learning the lessons that Capricorn has for us right now. So you'll see me look down because I have my notes. I want to stay on task. But this is what you can expect to learn in this episode of Everybody's a Capricorn, including you. I'm going to go over the basic energy of Capricorn. Like, what is Capricorn? Like, when somebody says they're a Capricorn, what does that mean? And even if you're not a Capricorn, what does Capricorn energy look like in your own birth chart? And just what is Capricorn energy? We're also going to talk about why everyone is a Capricorn, which I already kind of hinted on, but I'm gonna go a little bit into more detail with that. I'm gonna talk about the current planets that are in the sign of Capricorn and how that is impacting all of us, no matter what sign we are. Then I will pull two oracle cards, just to give us all, it's like what I call it, the oracle wisdom for everybody, no matter what sign you are, during Capricorn season, basically to help us to know what we should know, do, and be aware of during Capricorn season. And then, like my favorite part, I'm gonna go through all 12 signs. So if you're a Pisces, what do you need to know during Capricorn season? If you're an Aquarius, what do you need to know? All the way to Aries, from Aries to Pisces, from A to P. I will cover every one of your signs and what you need to know during Capricorn season. But make sure it's important that you listen to as much as you can in the beginning, because you want to know what Capricorn is so that you can understand how it actually applies to you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Well, actually, before I get into it, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified whenever I upload new videos. Every Sunday, I post the pick a card reading for the week. And so you want to make sure that you tune in on Sundays to get those pick a card readings, so you'll know what you need to know, do, and be aware of for that week ahead. And then whenever you comment your card selection, you are entered to win that month's giveaway. So that's even more of an incentive to watch. Also, I just did, or I don't know when this will upload, I am doing, or I just did, the annual reading of the year, which is a big deal, where I look at all of 2020 and what we all need to know during this year, what this year is presenting us with. 2020 is a very interesting year. That's all I'm gonna say here. So anyway, so make sure that if that link is not down below to watch that video, that will actually be done on my Facebook page, Tonya Poole Enterprises. So make sure you follow me over there, because that will actually be a live video that I do there. And then later I will upload it over here on YouTube. So that link might be down below, but it might not at this time, depending on when this video is uploaded. Anyway, let's see what else. You can get my book, The Magic of Self-Love, How to Use Self-Love as a Magical Tool to Transform Your Life. Book a personal reading, especially the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, or the mini edition of the Magic of Me. So the full Magic of Me, I look at your entire birth chart, not just your sun sign, like sun, moon, Neptune, everything, and just tell you everything that is in your birth chart and what that means for you, what that means for your purpose in life, how to overcome certain obstacles, all types of stuff. You can click that link to learn more. The mini edition is where I just look at your sun, moon, and rising, but I'm still looking at how those three signs are playing a role in your life and how you can, use that for your best benefit. Because you might say, I'm a Capricorn, but do you know what that means? You might say, I'm a Libra, but do you really know what that means and how that plays, in your life? So both of those readings, the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, and then the miniature version of that reading, all of that is down below. Like, subscribe, share, and leave a love offering, also known as a donation, in support of this channel. All right, y'all. let's get on into it. So, Capricorn, we're in Capricorn season. Capricorn energy itself is very, you know, Capricorn is that sign that initially you might not like, and I don't mean you don't like Capricorn people. What I mean is what the sign represents. You might not like it, but it's so needed. It's so needed. It's reminding me, I think there is a scripture in the Bible that says, discipline is, is bitter at first, but its reward is so sweet. And one of the key words to the sign Capricorn is discipline. The sign of Capricorn and its ruling planet Saturn, wherever they are in your birth chart, wherever they are in real time, like in 2020, is where we will experience the most discipline, the most restrictions in some way, where we will be called to be responsible and diligent, where we will be called to follow the rules, to create structure and order. And very few people, unless you are a sun sign or a moon sign Capricorn, very few people really like all of that at first, because it just feels like so limiting and so structured. But the reward is so sweet when we follow the rules. And you know that for any area of your life, when you follow the rules, when you did the work, when you cleaned your house, when you put the gas in your car, when you paid your bills on time, when you did all of these things, while you're doing them, is not that fun, right? But the reward for doing it, and the consequences and the rewards for doing that, is so sweet. On the flip side, the consequences and the punishment for not doing it is so bitter. Like, you don't clean up, what we tell our children, if you don't clean up your room, then you might be on punishment. Or if you don't do your chores, you don't do your homework, you'll be on punishment, or you'll get that F in that class because you didn't study. Capricorn energy reminds us that we have a duty and a responsibility to ourselves, to our commitments, to our family, and to even achieve our goals. It's very interesting that Capricorn, that we, whenever we enter into the new year, we're always in Capricorn season. And one of the things that almost everybody does, even when they claim they ain't doing it, is we all create New Year's resolutions, right? We're like, I'm gonna get my body in shape. I'm gonna get my mind right. I'm going back to school. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work on my marriage. I'm gonna whatever, right? I'm gonna improve my credit, right? We have all of these goals that we want to achieve in life. And that is such a Capricorn thing. No matter what your sun sign is, the fact of the action of creating New Year's resolutions, or even if you don't create New Year's resolutions, but even just goal setting, vision board making, all of that stuff is very Capricorn esque, is very much a Capricorn thing. Is where Capricorn shows up in your life, no matter what sign you are. Anytime you say, I'm gonna get my life together, I'm gonna get this in order, I'm gonna get my whole stuff together, that's a very Capricorn thing. That is a very thing that is very much connected to discipline and responsibility and order and structure. So this time of the year during Capricorn season, while the sun is in the sign of Capricorn, we are all challenged to work on those Capricornian things in our lives and to get our Capricorn selves together and right. So that's pretty much what I'm kind of skipping ahead, but why we are all a Capricorn, no matter what sun sign you are, because the sun only, if you're a sun sign, let's just say you're a Leo, that just means that the sun was in the sign of Leo at the time of your birth, but you got all these other planets that were in other signs at the same time. And even if you don't have a planet in the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn is somewhere in your birth chart. So right now in 2020, in this moment that you're watching this, well, depending on when you're watching it, but the sun is presently in the sign of Capricorn, and there's other planets there that's impacting that part of your life. So we are all challenged to work on those areas of discipline and responsibility and duty and order and structure, and just making sure we are being responsible. Those are the lessons that we're all learning right now. So I wrote down 4 things, and I kind of touched on these, but I wrote down 4 things that Capricorn is really good at helping us all do. Number 1 is our ambition. In astrology, Capricorn really Capricorn is one of those signs that really rules the area of ambition, like climbing the ladder to our success. Like it's the pinnacle. It's like where you're trying to go, your legacy even in life. And so when you think about building a legacy, or even on a smaller level, if you think about achieving your goals, or if you have an ambition to start a new career, start a business, or start some new endeavor, even an endowment or a nonprofit, because those are typically long-term goals that have a big reach, that take a long time to build and to nurture and to cultivate. So our ambitions fall under the sign of Capricorn, because in order to achieve an ambition, number 1, you have to know what's driving you. What is encouraging you or inspiring you to achieve that ambition or that goal. But then you also have to have the willpower and the desire and the discipline to actually follow it through to completion. So a lot of times, everybody has dreams, everybody has goals, everybody has wishes. And in my class, I have a class that is actually coming out in about a week or so, a master class. Make sure you click that link below, because depending on when you're watching this might be the time to enroll, or you might still be able to get in there. But I have a masterclass called Resolution Power. And one of the things that I say is that resolutions are not wishes or goals. They are not wishes or goals. Resolutions are so much deeper than just a wish or a goal. Everybody has wishes and desires. And even most people have goals, but not everybody has the fortitude to do what is necessary to see those goals to completion, to achieve them, right? So Capricorn energy is what is wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart, and even now that we're in Capricorn season, that's the energy, the thing that's going to get you into pursuing and achieving your ambitions and your goals. So the second thing I wrote down, which I just said, was legacy. Building a legacy. So the first thing, ambition, is what is driving you. The second thing, legacy, what are you building? So these are, I should have said it this way, these are 4 questions we should ask ourselves. Ambition, what is driving you? Secondly, legacy, what are you building? What are you living for? What are you working for? Capricorn gets the reputation for being more about working and career and climbing the ladder to success, or climbing the corporate ladder and whatnot. But at the same time, with your legacy, is what are you building? Your legacy could be your family. It could be, anything that when you leave this earth, when you leave this realm, that it's the thing that you're leaving behind. It's the thing that you want to leave for those who follow after you. So what is your legacy? What are you building? Capricorn reminds us that it's not okay to just work for the sake of working and just paying bills, but it's about, yes, working and being responsible and paying those bills, but why? What are you working for? So Capricorn also reminds us the importance of investing and saving and leaving an inheritance. All of those things fall under Capricorn, and those are the lessons that Capricorn reminds us, to not just work, pay your bills, spend your money, and you have nothing left, but to actually leave a legacy. What do you want to be known for? How do you want to be remembered? What do you want to, how do you want to leave the world a better place, right? So then the third thing is reputation, which falls right in line with legacy. What do you want to be known for? It takes forever. What's the saying? It takes forever to build a reputation, but it takes a moment to destroy it. And so Capricorn in one's birth chart, like when I'm looking at somebody's birth chart, I'm looking at two things when I'm looking at where Capricorn is for them. I'm looking at their fame, and I'm looking at how they might be infamous, right? So your fame is your good reputation, what you worked long and hard for, and what you built up, you know, and what you're known for. But your infamy is what, you know, some of the bad things that you might be known for, that you don't, well, depending on who you are, you might not want to be known for. And that's why one of the symbols for Capricorn is the goat or even the devil, because it's like, you know, on one hand, you know, we're ascending, we're trying to get better, we're trying to build a legacy and a reputation. But then on the flip side, you know, sometimes people are willing to do less than moral things to get there, you know, less than, or live below their highest self to get to where they want to go. You know, while Capricorn is the ladder to success, the flip side of that is, who are you willing to step on to get to that success? That's the lower vibration of Capricorn energy, like trying to succeed at all costs, no matter what, no matter who it hurts. Even if it hurts you, you know. So what are you willing to do for money? What are you willing to do for fame? What are you willing to do for success? Those are all of the things that Capricorn challenges us all, no matter what sun signs we are, you know, challenges us all to really reflect on in our lives. What reputation do we want to have? What do we want to be known for? And then lastly is duty. What are you responsible for? How will you be responsible? Capricorn reminds us that we all have a duty, an obligation, or responsibility. Now that may look different depending on who you are, but let's just say if you are in you are an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, then you have a responsibility to your employees and to your clients, your customers. If you are an investment banker, or you are a company that you're a CEO or CFO of a company that has shares, public shares, you are responsible to your shareholders, right? If you are a mother or father, you are responsible for your children. You know, or just in general, you are responsible to your family to some extent. And so Capricorn reminds us of our duty and our responsibility and doing what is right to honor our commitments and honor those that we are committed to, and to do what's right. And reminds us that, you know, duty and responsibility aren't always fun, but they are necessary. So if you're always looking for fun, I only want to do what's fun, you know, then I challenge you to make your responsibilities fun. Make paying bills fun. Like, give yourself a gold star every time you pay a bill, or whatever it is, you know. But Capricorn reminds us that, you know, we do have duties and obligations and responsibilities that, you know, that we have to give our energy to, that we are responsible for, and that is a part of life, and that is what makes the reward so much more sweet. So take a sip of my water. We have several planets right now currently in the sign of Capricorn, so all of us are being hit with this Capricornian energy of, you know, getting ourselves together, getting our lives together. So obviously, because I'm doing this video, so obviously the first planet, and in astrology, the moon and sun and other things, you know, are considered quote unquote planets. But the first planet that we have in the sign of Capricorn is the sun. So happy birthday to all of the sun sign Capricorns, whether you were, you know, to the newborn babies that were just recently born in Capricorn season, or if it's your birthday season. Happy birthday to you. But the sun is currently in the sign of Capricorn, and the sun represents our personality, our ego, our willpower, how we show up in the world. And so with the sun being there, we are all, no matter what sun signs we are all, everybody's sun right now is in Capricorn. So we're all being challenged to look at how we show up in the world. How much of our ego, whether the good side of the ego or the bad side of the ego, is showing up in our career, in our duty, in our obligation, and how we function. The sun is reminding us to learn the lessons that Capricorn has for us, and to achieve and to strive to achieve them, because each of the signs build upon each other. So right now the sun is in the sign of Capricorn. So doing what we need to do in the sign of Capricorn will then help us when we all enter into Aquarius season in a few weeks. And so, you know, the sun is reminding us to all learn the lessons of Capricorn. Now, just about a week ago from the time that I'm filming this, the moon also was in Capricorn. The moon only stays in a sign though for about 2.5 days, so it's not in Capricorn right now. But we had a new moon in the sign of Capricorn. So whenever there's a new moon, that means the sun and the moon come together. So we had a new moon, and we also had a solar eclipse. The moon actually eclipsed the sun in the sign of Capricorn. Excuse me. And if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, scroll back, because I had this post. I can see it in my mind. It was like a picture. It was black and it had like a solar eclipse on it. But I gave all of the details about us having that new moon and solar eclipse in Capricorn season. And even though the moon isn't there right now, anytime we have an eclipse, that energy will affect us for the next 6 months. So that new moon eclipsing the sun in Capricorn was reminding us to go into, because the moon represents like your subconscious self, the hidden part, even your emotions, things people can't really see. You feel it, you sense it, but you can't see it. So it was reminding us to go into our subconscious minds and into our feelings. How do we feel about our obligations? How do we feel about the things that we have to be responsible for? And because it eclipsed the sun, which the sun is very action oriented, it was like saying, okay, before you take action, you know, make sure that you're making moves, you strategize, because Capricorn is very strategic. So you strategize on the moves that you want to take. You strategize on the actions that need to be taken. So I'm not going to go into all of that here, but if you want to know more, that is under that, in that post on Instagram and on Facebook. We also have Jupiter. Jupiter and Saturn. Saturn is the planet that actually rules Capricorn. But Jupiter and Saturn kind of have this kind of, I don't know how to say it right here, but their relationship is very interesting. It's like parents, because Jupiter is like when you have a really good lenient parent and then you have a strict parent, because Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and Jupiter blesses whatever it touches. Like it blesses your good habits and your bad habits. It increases it. Like whatever it touches is going to multiply it, right? It blesses you for no reason. It gives you the big blessings that you didn't even ask for. So I always say Jupiter gives big blessings, but Saturn teaches big lessons, right? So again, Saturn ruling Capricorn, the planet of the sign of restriction and responsibility and duty and discipline, and then Jupiter, which is like, I don't care if you're disciplined or not, I'm gonna bless you. I don't care if you follow the rules, whatever it is, I'm just gonna send blessings your way. So it's, you know, let me stick with Jupiter. With Jupiter being in a very restrictive sign of Capricorn, it's like Jupiter, it's like I feel Jupiter is rooting for all of us to please follow the rules. It's like that parent that don't want to spank you because they know the other parent really gonna spank you, or grandma gonna spank whoever. So Jupiter's like, please follow the rules, please do it, because I want to bless you. I want, you know, big blessings are coming your way. But, you know, it's like Jupiter in Capricorn makes me feel like your blessings really do come from you following the rules. Your blessings really do come when you choose to be disciplined, like, and it will multiply your blessings. So let's just say, you know, you work really hard to lose those 2 pounds. But Jupiter in Capricorn is like, you know what? I'm going to go in and make that 2-4. Now you done lost 4. You know what I mean? Or you work really hard to save to invest that money, and you were very disciplined with your money. And so then Jupiter, you know, then all of a sudden you come across, you know, now the little that you invested, you learn a new way to invest that multiplies that even bigger than you thought. So it blesses your discipline and honors you. Jupiter in Capricorn really honors will honor the work that you put in, and multiply, you know, the work that you put in. It will, you know, it will make the work of one person be like the work of 5, you know, so that's good. And with those of you who are sun sign Capricorns, like this is your season, you will have Jupiter in your sign, in the sign of Capricorn, all through 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So so good luck to you. It'll be in your home sign this whole year, so blessings to you. But also your planet Saturn is there, and Saturn in Capricorn, you know, is really going to make sure that we all follow the rules. And Saturn in Capricorn, for those of you who are sun sign Capricorns, I will say this here, sometimes can pose a lot of challenges because it wants to make sure you incorporate those lessons into your life. So you might feel like, gosh, didn't I already go through this? Didn't I already learn this? But maybe there's more lessons that you have to learn and more ways that you have to grow. And so sometimes wherever Saturn is can feel very challenging because it's like whipping you. It's like, okay, no, you're gonna take this test, you're gonna, all right, you passed it, but you didn't pass it good enough, so we're gonna take it again so you can get a higher score, you know, in life. You know what I mean? These are life lessons. So Saturn really does that, but again, it is all for your highest good. And then lastly, we have Pluto. Pluto is still a planet for astrologers. So Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, Pluto is the planet of surrender. Like, whereas Saturn, the planet Saturn, teaches you lessons and gives you another lesson, Pluto will just be like almost destructive if you don't learn the lesson. So Pluto really, and Pluto and Saturn together with Jupiter, this is kind of a rare occurrence to have all of these 3 planets in the same sign all at the same time. So having Pluto in Capricorn is really, it will really push us all to finalize, for real good time, let go of all of the things that mean us no good. And if we don't let it go, so Pluto is really that planet of, if you don't let it go, I'll take it from you sort of thing. So anything that, any lessons we refuse to learn, any things that we need to release and let go of that for whatever reason we still want to hold tight to, Pluto, it's just best to just let it go and surrender. And surrender. All right, so that is it for what is Capricorn. What is Capricorn energy, how everybody's a Capricorn, including you, and the planets that are in the sign of Capricorn. So now we're about to do our oracle card. I already pulled them because if you watch the Everybody's a Sagittarius video, Everybody's a Scorpio video, I mean, on down the line, I just start shuffling and talking, and that takes too long. So I already shuffled and I already pulled the cards. I haven't looked at them yet, so I don't know what it is. But I picked 2 cards, one tarot and one an oracle card for the wisdom. And I just basically asked, what do we all most need to know, do, and be aware of this Capricorn season? All right, so the cards that came up, let's see. Really? I'm almost scared to show y'all this, but we ain't gonna be scared. We in this together. We in this together, and we gonna come out of this together better and on top. So we got the Tower card, and just look at that for a minute. Yep, you feel it. Total destruction. You see that falling out of a tower, things collapsing. And then the oracle card that was pulled is called A Change in the Wind. I have to hold it a certain way, that light's so bright. But a change in the wind, which is about change and not being so attached, because change is coming and change is happening, which is very interesting because I just said about the planet Pluto, about, you know, us letting go, being able to let go of what no longer suits us and what is not good for us, and refusing to let go leads to this right here. Total destruction. So, putting these cards up here while I talk about them. So the Tower card. The Tower is a card of, you know, when you build up walls, when you build up structures, when you build up, which is very interesting because Capricorn is a sign of structure and building structure and creating structure in our lives. But with the Tower, it's like all of the structure, all of the walls, everything we built up that we said, this is what it is and this is my firm and solid ground, ain't nothing gonna change this, comes crashing down. Everything that we strive to hold on to that is of the old way of doing things, whether, you know, personally or even collectively, because Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter, those planets that I just talked to you on the previous segment, really kind of deal with the collective, not just you personally, but us as a whole. Ooh, and I'm trying not to go into my 2020, my annual reading of the year, but you know, even globally, there's a lot of structures that have been put in place that are crumbling, you know. And the thing about structures that we put in place, whether it's in our personal lives, whether it's government, whether it is our individual homes, whether it's our belief systems, all of these things that we say, this is what it is, and I know it, and this is, I built my whole life upon this belief or this knowledge or this faith or this knowing or my way of doing things, and then the Tower happens that destroys all of that. Because one thing I know, and with it being followed by a change in the wind, one thing I know, what's the saying that the only constant is change? Like just when you think this is what it is and can't nothing change nothing, boom, here comes change. Here comes elevation, and elevation requires change. To go to your next level requires change, and it requires letting go of what you think you know, what you think is the way things are. You know, the Tower, a lot of times, the Tower for a lot of people is the scariest card in the tarot deck in some ways. But the good side about the Tower is once everything is totally torn down, you get to build anew. It's letting me know that Capricorn season is really a time to build new structures, to let go of old structures that maybe have suited us in the past, but don't suit us anymore in our present and going forward deeper into 2020, that we have to tear down or allow certain things to crumble and to allow certain things to dismantle and to surrender to that. Again, the planet Pluto dealing with surrender. We have to surrender to change when it is definite and it is going to happen. And that can be in your personal family life. It can be in your, you know, even some people may experience this in their physical health, whatever. Like all of the old ways have to be eliminated so that something new can be built and born. You can't build on shaky ground, or perhaps we have built on shaky ground, and that's why the towers and the structures that we have built are no longer suitable. Now you have to take this and apply it to your own life, however it fits for you. But again, this is in general, you know, everybody's a Capricorn, including you. This is for everybody. With us having this Tower, this Tower is really about being okay with letting go of the way we think things have to be. And if we're not okay with letting those structures go, then they will be taken away from us, and it will feel devastating. It will feel like, oh my God, I can't control anything. You know, that sense of not controlling, trying to stop something from happening, but you can't stop it from happening because it's gonna happen. That's what the Tower is all about. It's like, you know, even that, it's like I just saw, like, you know, when you clean your room and it gets, or, you know, or maybe you clean your whole house and it gets worse before it gets better because you're pulling out all of the dirt, all of the gunk, everything, you know, it looks like a hurricane hit, you know. So it's like things get worse before they get better, but that is a part of the getting better process. And there are some ways in which we function or went about doing life, or even went about achieving our goals or whatever in 2019 and 2018 or whatever, and we just held so doggedly to that, and 2020 is like, that's over. That all of that you built up, and all of that, that's over. Total elimination and destruction of the old way of doing things. You know, so you might as well release whatever is trying to leave your life. Please release it. Don't try to hold on to it. Don't try to hold on too tightly. Don't try to keep things the way they were, the way they always been, if it's trying to change, because it's trying to change so that you can create something better. And the more you try to, the reason why the tower can be so destructive is because you're trying to hold on so tightly to what's trying to be released. If you release it, then the pain of it will go away just like that. You ever get like a shot or a vaccination or something, or whatever, and the more you try to resist the needle, the worse it is. If you just surrender to it, just get it over with, then the faster it will go by and the easier your life will be. You can get out of the doctor's office and go and move on with your life. That's kind of what the tower moment is, and that's kind of what even Pluto in Capricorn is, and Saturn in Capricorn. If you just surrender, do what you're supposed to do what you know you're supposed to do, then life will be so much easier. But the more you resist, the more you fight, the worse it will be. And so to add to that, a change in the wind says, a sense that unseen change has been initiated. Preparation for a storm. Awareness that your plans are not on firm ground. Feeling a shift. Uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Didn't I just say that? The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. Wow. So that's very deep, y'all. Like, just change happens. That is the only constant in life. The more you try to hold on to the way things are, the way things were, then the change will be painful and so abrupt. But if you just learn to release, detach, let go of what needs to be let go of, and go with the flow. Like, don't even try to control it. When something is just going haywire or whatever, just be like, okay, well, that's just the way. Okay. Like, the more you try to resist it, the harder it will be. All right. So just be okay with the change. And just know that any changes that are happening in your life are for your highest good. And some of you, these changes are happening because you asked for something better. You asked for more. You asked for, better. So when you ask for better, when you ask for more, guess what? Your right now changes. Your comfort zone changes and you're kind of shaken out of it. So just go with it. It's all good. All right. So that is it for our oracle reading for everybody for Capricorn season. All right, y'all. We're about to go into all of the signs from Aries to Pisces. Make sure you check whatever your sun sign is. Most people know what that is. But also your moon and your rising sign. Because if I say something under your sun sign that doesn't make sense, it might make more sense if you listen to your moon message. So for example, let's just say you're a sun sign Gemini, and you listen to the wisdom of Gemini and say, oh, okay, well, that's kind of on point. But you might be a moon sign Aquarius. So also make sure you listen to the Aquarius message as well. And also but you might be a Pisces rising. So listen to the Pisces as well, whichever one resonates most with you. So let's get started. The first one, Aries. Aries, hi sun sign Aries. So Capricorn rules your 10th house. And the 10th house is the house of Capricorn. It is the house of your achievements, your ambition, your long-term goals, your reputation, everything I said at the beginning of this video. So make sure you go back and listen to the first part of this video where I talked about what is Capricorn, and all of that good stuff. So having Capricorn ruling your 10th house, this is really the time. Really, you Aries sun signs, y'all got to really look at your 2020 goals. What is your 2020 vision? Everybody keeps saying, look at your vision for 2020. Look at your goals that you desire for your life and really map those out. And don't be afraid to come out of your comfort zone, because many of you have goals and long-term vision. Aries energy is can be very fiery. Like y'all can start, y'all can, when y'all feel it, y'all like, yeah. And then when y'all don't feel it, you're like, oh, I don't want to anymore. And you try to retreat back, so this is the time to really lay out goals, but also your strategy for staying on task and getting there and disciplining yourself to get to your long-term goals, to build the life that you see for yourself, your ambitions. Make sure what we say in our oracle reading, to don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of knocking down those walls and those structures that have kept you hidden in your comfort zone, because you have dreams, you have goals, you have a place you're trying to get to in life. And, you can't do that from your comfort zone, but you also can't just do that impulsively. You can't just do it when you're feeling it. You have to do it. What I say earlier, that Capricorn is very about duty and responsibility. You got to do it when you feel like it. You got to do it when you don't feel like it. You know what I mean? You can't just wait for those impulsive moments when you got the energy. You like, oh yeah. No, Capricorn rewards those who who are disciplined and diligent and do the work consistently. So that is the wisdom that came for you, and that's how you're going to achieve those 2020 goals. To my Aries people, thank you so much for watching, and happy 2020, happy new year. Make sure that you book your own personal reading, get your Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading or your mini edition of the Magic of Me, because that will help you to have deeper insight and wisdom on who you are and your purpose, and staying on task throughout the entire year. And all of those links are down below. All right. So who's next? Taurus, how y'all doing? To my Taurians, happy 2020. Happy New Year. So let's see, Capricorn rules your 9th house in general. So the 9th house is all about your aspirations. It's a little bit different than your ambitions and things like that. So it's who you aspire to become, how you have to grow in order to become the person that you want to be. What do you have to learn? What experiences do you have to have? What new people do you need to meet? What new places what new places do you need to travel to grow and expand as a person? So to have Capricorn there, Taurus, is very important for all of my Taurians out there to be responsible for your personal growth. Make that your ambition. Sometimes, because Taurus is very compatible with Capricorn, y'all both earth signs, y'all are what astrologers call trine. Y'all are trine. So y'all can be very, very focused on your long-term goals. That's really helping your Capricorn energy. But with Capricorn ruling your 9th house, you also need to make personal improvement goals. It's not always just about your career and climbing that ladder of success and staying on task in your career and your work and whatnot. It's also about staying on task for your own personal growth and development. So again, we had these 2 cards pulled. Make sure you rewind the tape, go back and listen to what I said for those oracle cards, because trust and believe, if you don't do the personal work, and so that you can grow and expand as a person, the 9th house is all about growth and expansion. So if you're not responsible for your personal growth and expansion, and you're so only laser focused on your career and whatnot, then even what you built could collapse and fall. And we don't want that. Not in 2020. No. We want, continue growth. So make sure that you put in the work to do that personal work, so that to grow and expand. Ask yourself, who do I want to be as a person? Not just what do I want to do, not just my career, what do I do, but who do I want to be? And be diligent and responsible for doing that in your life. So again, happy 2020 to all of my Taurians out there. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Book your personal reading for the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, or the mini edition, so that we can delve deeper into your own personal chart and know how you can continue to follow in line with everything that I shared with you here. All right, so that is it for all of my Taurus sun signs. All right, who's next? Gemini. Hi, Gemini. So, Gemini, let's see. Capricorn rules your 8th house. Happy New Year to all my Geminis out there. All right, so Capricorn rules your 8th house, and the 8th house is the house of, it's a dark house. It's meaning dark is all of the hidden parts of yourself that you don't want people to see. Now, so we all got two sides, right? And especially y'all Geminis, because y'all known for being the twin, the dual aspect. But we all got, we all got that. But anyway, so there's your public side and your private side. There's a part of you that everybody gets to see, and people think that they really, really know you because of what they see. But then there is that other side that is hidden, or your dark side. Now, when I say dark side, doesn't necessarily mean your bad side or your evil side, though it could mean that. But it's just the part of you that's hidden, your most intimate, deepest, darkest parts of yourself. But it's also the realm of your secrets, your hidden self, even your hidden feelings that you don't want people to know that you feel. It could even mean jealousy, jealous feelings, manipulation, all of those sorts of things. But just your hidden feelings, and even your hidden desires that everybody isn't aware of. So to have Capricorn having Capricorn, being over the 8th house for you, the 8th house, gosh, yes, y'all gonna have to really be responsible for that hidden part of yourself. So if there are parts of you that are hidden that you think people can't see, this is the time to manage those parts of yourself. What did we say in the oracle reading? Make sure you rewind the tape, go back and listen to that. Change in the wind, whatever you try to hold on to, you could ultimately lose. It could be total destruction. Perhaps if you don't become more responsible for the part of you that people don't see. Because what happens is the part of you that people don't see that's not public actually does eventually spill over into the public part of your life. So you want to make sure that you are being responsible for that. And even the 8th house also rules things like taxes and money that has to go out, or money that needs to be disseminated in some kind of way. So you also want to make sure that you are being responsible over your finances, your money. And if there's any money that you owe, when you have the money to pay it, please pay it. Don't hold on to it, because again, that's, Capricorn rewards you for doing what's right, but it also brings consequences and punishment for not doing what's right. So you also want to make sure that you're doing what's right in terms of your money, your investments, your taxes, all of those sorts of things. But yeah, Capricorn in the 8th house is really going to require you to do the deep work, inner work, so that you can have the long-term success, however you define success, that you desire for your life. So this Capricorn season, I don't want to say it will be challenging for Geminis. I don't want to scare you in that way, but it's going to require you to get beyond the fluff and the surface level. Like, you're really going to have to dig deep. But if you do this work now, the payout and the reward, what I tell you at the beginning, the reward for doing the work now will bless you in the long term. So you want to do the work now. All right. So happy New Year again to all of my Geminis. Make sure you click the link down below. I got so much stuff going on down below. I don't even want to tell you, say it all here, but click everything and do everything. But also make sure you get the magic of me intuitive natal chart reading, either the full one or even the miniature size one, because that can help you to have deeper insight and clarity on who you are and your purpose and everything going forward. All right, so that is it for my Geminis. Who's next? Let's see, Cancer, sun sign Cancer. Happy New Year to all of my sun sign Cancers out there. Seemed like I told y'all something good last month and everybody's a Sagittarius. I can't think of what it was right offhand, but I'm just remembering that it might have been kind of good. So I hope y'all did whatever it was, because y'all know these signs build upon each other. But ain't no time in looking back. We are in the present. We are in Capricorn season. So Capricorn, for all of the sun sign Cancers, rules your 7th house. And the 7th house deals with partnerships and your one-to-one relationships. So that could be like you, your boyfriend, girlfriend, you, your husband and your wife, or your wife, you and a business partner, you and one other good friend. You know, so it's like, how do you show up in your relationships? With it being Capricorn there, this would be a great time for you all to be, you know, really responsible for how you show up. Cancer, really, sun sign Cancer really gets a reputation for the emotional side. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard it since y'all sun sign Cancers. You know, Cancers can be emotional. Y'all feel, you know, and really it's that y'all are just so intuitive and so connected to even how other people feel that sometimes that impacts your own emotions, and how you feel impacts how you show up in relationships. So with Capricorn, Capricorn is actually your opposing sign. It's your opposite sign. So Cancer's here, Capricorn's here. So y'all, Capricorn and Cancer, those two signs are always challenging each other, but the challenge is designed to help you to elevate to your highest self. So Capricorn, with it being less emotional than Cancer and very, you know, ambitious and very, okay, this is how I want my life to look and this is what I'm going to do, then it's reminding you to be responsible for how you show up in your relationships. How, you know, don't just be like, this is just how I felt, so that my wife or my husband is gonna have to deal with this, or my children are gonna have to deal, or whatever. No, be responsible for your emotions. You know, it's one thing, yes, to be emotional and to feel and to be intuitive, but you are also responsible for how you wield your emotional wand, especially in your personal relationships, your one-to-one relationships. So you want to be mindful of how you are using your emotions in your relationship and to be responsible for it. And don't allow yourself to use your emotions to manipulate, because again, Capricorn is challenging you to be responsible for and to take responsibility and to be dutiful for how you use your emotions. So you don't want to use them to manipulate. You actually want to use your emotions to really tap into your intuitive side. Show your partner, instead of trying to manipulate your partner or whoever you're relating to with your emotions, instead of manipulating them with your emotions, use your emotions and your intuition to build your relationship, to add more emotional health into and depth into your relationships, and to use your intuition, your intuitive side, because your partner may not be as emotional or feeling or intuitive as you are. So that is actually a gift that you can bless your relationship with, and you're responsible. You're challenged to be more responsible with your emotional gift. All right. So that is what I have for my sun sign Cancers. Happy New Year again to you all, and make sure you click all of the links down below because I have a lot going on and I want you to be a part of it. But also get the mini edition of the Magic of Me, where I look at Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, because I look at your sun, moon, and rising and show you how they are actually working together. You don't just want to know your sun, moon, and rising sign. You want to know how they are working together to create the person that you are. So all of those links are down below, and thanks in advance for purchasing. All right, who's next? Leo. Sun sign Leos, how are you all doing? Happy New Year to you all. Happy 2020. I'm wishing you all so much love, power, and success this year. Let's see. Capricorn rules your 6th house, and the 6th house is all about the 6th house is all about your habits and your daily rituals and your daily habits and the mundane work that may not be as exciting, but it has to get done. You know, just like even your habits, it's your daily little habits that ultimately build up to a big picture. It's the little work that you do that builds up to a full career. It's the going to the gym every day that leads to the body that you want. You know, so this Capricorn season, my sun sign Leos, you are all challenged to review and look at your daily habits and to ask yourself, how are these daily habits getting me to where I want to go? What are my goals? What are my ambitions? You know, it can't just be to just shine and be happy, though that is very much in line with Leo. But at the same time, your Leo energy, what do you Leos, what do you desire for your lives? What specific desires do you have for your life? What specific goals do you have? You really need this Capricorn energy because it's going to help you to do the work to achieve those goals. So they won't just come to you just because you wanted them to. They're going to come to you because you are responsible and you did the work. So this Capricorn season, look, maybe write this out, like create all of your goals and your vision. Then ask yourself, what is required of me in order to have these goals, this vision, this outcome that I desire for my life? And then put in the work, create daily rituals, daily habits that will create the outcome that you want. Now that may seem tedious, but again, you know what I tell you at the beginning, that Capricorn really rewards those who do the work, who do the tedious work sometimes to achieve the long-term success and the long-term goals that they desire. So likewise, you know, you got to do that work to get to where it is that you are striving to get to. So that is my message for Leos during Capricorn season. Make sure you click all of the links down below because I have some amazing, tons of amazing things happening all at the same time. I don't even know why I did this to myself, but it's wonderful. It's going good. But also book your personal readings, your Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, or the mini edition where I just look at your sun, moon, and rising. It's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising, but you want to know how those three are working together to create the person that you are. So all of that is down below. Make sure you click it. All right, so who's next? Virgo. Virgo, happy 2020. Happy New Year to all of my Virgos out there. Capricorn is ruling your 5th house in general for all Capricorns. Excuse me, for all Virgos. Capricorns rules the 5th house. And the 5th house is all about, the 5th house is creativity, your creations, how you were showing up creatively. You know, the creative ideas that you have. So we all have creative ideas, right? We all like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh, it'd be great if I did this. Oh, it'd be great if I made this, created this, did this thing, started this project, blah, 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 right? That's what the 5th house is all about, your creativity and really shining in your creativity. But with Capricorn being there, it's like, okay, that's all good and well and good that you want to create and all that kind of stuff. But are you going to do the work to actually manifest those creations? So, you know, this Capricorn season, you are highly encouraged to really, you know, tap into your creative vision, your creative goals, and really get into that part of yourself. And even whatever you're passionate about, like that spark of passion, that's what the 5th house is all about. But with Capricorn being there, for every passion, there needs to be a corresponding action, right? For every creative idea, there needs to be a strategy and plan in place to implement, to actually manifest those creative ideas. So it's not enough to just feel it, you know, and to just you revel in it, but you actually have to be responsible for that which you create. And creations also play a role even with your children, because they are your creation, like you made them, right? And even if you adopted children, right, you are responsible for helping to shape and mold them. You are playing an active role in their lives. So you have to be more responsible. Capricorn season is a good time to be more responsible to your family and your children and anything that you have created. Like, it's not enough to just start something, to create children, but you have to be a parent to them. You have to be dutiful to them, and you have obligations to them. So this is a good time to also review everything that you have ever created, started, initiated, birthed, whatever. And ask yourself, how am I being responsible to my own creations? You know, you don't want to be a creator who isn't responsible for their creation, right? So that is a really good time to do that. And also go back, and you remember we talked about this, rewind the tape, go back and listen to the oracle reading, because perhaps how you have created before, how you've done things before, even how you've parented before, how you went about doing your job before or pursuing your career, you know, perhaps there's going to be some shakeup in that, and it's time to shift and move and be flexible and change and go with the flow. All right, so that is it for my Virgos for 2020. Again, happy 2020. Click all of the links down below, because I have a lot going on and I want you to be a part of it. So make sure you also, if you're interested, get the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, or at least the mini version of that, because in that I go over, you know, it's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising signs, but you want to know how they are working together to create the person that you are, and how you can use those energies to create a better version of you. So again, all of those links are down below, and I look forward to working with you. All right, so who's next? All right, who is next? Libra. Hi, Libras. Libra. So Capricorn rules your 4th house. Oh, happy 2020 to all my Libras out there. Okay, so Capricorn rules your 4th house, and the 4th house really is about home. It's about where you feel most at home. It could be your literal home where you live. It could be where you were born. It could be, you know, the people who helped raise you, you know, in your younger years. It's all about your roots and your home. And even if you're a mother, or you know, the 4th house really kind of more of a mothering energy than a fathering. But even if you're a father who is a very active, who is the nurturer of your children, you know, the 4th house really rules that. So having Capricorn there for my Libras, this is really a time to look at how you run your household, and especially with you being Libra, because Libra is all about finding balance and harmony. At least that's what y'all should be about. Now, when y'all in balance, y'all be like, but you're always seeking for balance. You're always seeking even for a partner to help balance you. So this is a good time to look at, let's just say if you are married or you have a partner that you are building a home with, how are those duties and responsibilities of the home evenly divided? If you have multiple children, how are all of them responsible for doing the chores in the house? And, you know, sometimes as parents, we want to do it all, like we want to be it all, but you know, we are responsible for teaching our children that they are also responsible for the world in which they live and the house in which they live, right? So how do you, you know, divide the chores amongst your children? Do they just see you doing it all? Or do they just see your spouse doing it all? Whatever, you know, whatever your situation is, or is it divvied up evenly and in a balanced way so that everybody is working together to create a whole, happy, well-structured home? You know, because again, Capricorn deals with structure and responsibility. So what structures are in place in your home? And I'm also thinking, like, what even structures are even in place as far as, you know, not just necessarily a physical home, but the ideals that you are raising your family to have, or that you were raised in, that you want to carry on with traditions, because Capricorn also deals with traditions. So what traditions and legacies are you building within your family structure? For example, because Capricorn is very much about money. So what are you teaching your household or yourself about money that can have a long-term reward? It could even, to some extent, not exactly, but to some extent, even your spiritual structures, what spiritual beliefs or rules and regulations that you will govern your life by are you teaching yourself and your children, and those who you are responsible for? What moral beliefs or moral code are you building into your home? So this is a good time to really look at all of those things as it relates to your home life. It could be even moral code that was passed down to you. Are you going to pass that on down? Are you still living by that? Even if you don't have children, are you still living by that? Or are you, what do we say in our reading? Are you changing some of that? What structures, what moral codes, what moral, or maybe you were brought up in a household that had certain rules that you are still trying to carry on that just don't apply anymore. So, that tower that you built your whole life on, that moral code maybe is not even useful or beneficial to you and your family. You might be trying to make that, you might be trying to make people follow certain rules in your household, or or thinking that family has to look a certain way. And it's like, well, maybe it doesn't, so you have to kind of go with the flow and allow those things to be redefined for you at this time. And what works, keep, and what doesn't work, what it's changing the wind say, then let it go. Let it blow away with the wind. All right. So again, happy 2020 to all of my Libras out there. Make sure you click all of my links down below, because I have a lot going on right now, but also book your own personal readings, including like the mini edition of The Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, where I go over your sun, moon, and rising sign, because it's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising. You really want to know how those are working together for your highest good, and how to make them work together for your highest good. So book that, watch the reading of the year, do all of everything that's down below, just click it. All right, so who's next? Scorpio. Hi, Scorpios. So my sun sign Scorpio, Capricorn is ruling your third house. And the third house is all about communication and self-expression, and how you choose to think, speak, write, communicating yourself, and also expressing yourself. So to have Capricorn there, Capricorn being a very responsible sign that reminds us to be responsible, that reminds us to follow the rules. You want to be responsible for your words. You want to make sure that you are communicating clearly, that you say what you mean, because Scorpio is one of the water signs. So it's Scorpio energy can be very intuitive on one hand, but also just very much into your own feelings. And so you could be feeling a way about something, and then you could communicate how you're feeling in a way that's not as effective, that could have a long-term consequence that you don't want, because you might have just been emoting your feelings or speaking from a place of feeling like you're losing control. So you're going to say how and you might communicate in a way that could be destructive. Go back and watch the Oracle pull that I did a few minutes back. Go and rewind the tape. But where I talk about the structures collapsing and structures falling. And on one hand, you could be the one that causes certain structures to fall because of your mouth, because of something you say. So you want to make sure that what you say is truly what you mean, and truly that you are willing to take on the full long-term consequences for a momentary verbal assault. For lack of a better term. So you just want to you want to understand that your words and how you express yourself has a long-term consequence, even beyond the moment in which you said it and the moment in which you felt it. Okay, so you may, for some of you, this oracle reading may actually be indicating that you're the one who is bringing destruction, and that's okay. If you intend to destroy a structure that no longer fits you, then it's okay to bring it into certain things so that something new can come. But you don't want to destroy something that you actually really might want to keep. So you want to be mindful of that. But on the other hand, not on the other hand, just if you are not the initiator of the change and the destruction, if it's coming to you and it's something that you can't control, then don't try to control what you can't control. Go with the flow. Get in alignment with the changes and just structural changes that may be coming to you. Okay, so you could be the one who's causing the changes or the elimination, the destruction, which is fine if that is what you want. But if it's not what you want, understand that your words do and will have long-term consequences. And then if those changes and structural changes and everything you've built your life upon, if those changes are coming to you instead of being initiated by you, then learn to go with the flow and don't try to hold on to the way things were and the way things used to be. All right. So again, happy new year. Happy 2020 to all my Scorpios out there. Make sure you click every single link that I have down below because I have a lot going on and I want you to be a part of it. Make sure you get the mini edition of The Magic of Me where I look at your sun, moon, and rising, because not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising. You want to know how those are working together for you and how you can make them work together for you. So all of that is down below. So make sure you click all of those links. And thanks again thanks for watching, and Happy New Year again to you. Who's next? All right. Sagittarius. All right, so we just came out of your season and now we're in Capricorn season. Capricorn rules your second house. And what's very interesting is that Sagittarius is the sign of aspirations, who you want to be, right? But then Capricorn comes right behind you and says, okay, well, this is what you got to do to be who you want to be. Right? So it's not enough to just aspire. Now it's time to put in the work. With Capricorn ruling your second house, the second house is the house of values. And one major value is money. What do you do with your money? Are you responsible with your resources, whether they are money or other resources, physical, tangible resources? Sagittarians, is not enough to just aspire and have all of these lofty visions and goals. It's about being real now. It's about being practical and putting in the work to achieve those goals. And especially if they are financial, then you need to actually write them down and create a strategy in order to have the outcomes that you desire. Because Capricorn season and all the planets that are in Capricorn that I talked about at the beginning of this video, so make sure you go back, such as Saturn and Pluto, those planets, and they're going to be there for a while in the sign of Capricorn. Those planets only reward you for doing the work, for releasing what needs to be released, and and being responsible. So it's not enough to just aspire and hope and wish and want. You actually have to now buckle down and do the work. If you've been irresponsible with your money and resources, this is the time. Maybe you need to find a financial advisor or start really set a financial plan in place so that you always have a generous income, not only a generous income coming to you, because income is constant, but you want to then make that money work for you. So you need to know what investments to make, where to put your money, what savings accounts are the actual best. This might be a great time to actually research different banks. What did we say in our oracle reading? Go back and listen to it again. 20 minutes ago, rewind the tape, whatever. But, this tower is bringing a collapse, a destruction to perhaps the ways that you have set up your money before, or how you've handled money or your values. And now might be a great time to look at better ways of doing it. So this might be a good time to research all of the different banks. Who gives the best interest rate on your savings account? Who has the best IRAs? What are the best stock options? Who is a really good financial advisor? This is the time to look at better ways of making your money multiply, so that you're not just making money, but then that money begins to make money for you. And then that's how you can really live in your aspirations, because then you've got the resources to upgird you and to uphold you through all of that. All right. And put your money where your values are. Don't just let your money just go everywhere. Whatever you truly value in life, if that's family, if that's your career, if that's your health, your money should be going wherever your values are. All right. So that is it for my Sagittarians. Happy New Year again to all of you. Make sure you click every single link that is down below, because I have a lot going on and I want you to be a part of it. Get the Magic of Me Intuitive Natal Chart reading, or at least the miniature version of that, where I look at your sun, moon, and rising sign. It's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising, but you want to know how they're working together for you and how you can make them work better for you. All right. So all of those links are down below. Make sure you click there. All right. Who's next? Capricorn. Happy birthday and happy new year to all of my Capricorns out there. It is your season. It's your time. You got like tons of planets in your sign. You got the sun, you got Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. I mean, you got everything in your sign. Well, not everything, but a lot of stuff in your sign. So happy birthday and happy 2020 to you. Capricorn. Capricorn rules your first house in general for all Capricorns. The first house is the house of your personal identity. How you identify is who you are. You know, when people say, well, who are you? How you answer that question is what the first house is all about. It's about, who am I? Who do I say I am? How do I identify? Is your first initial willpower also, because who you are is typically, or who you believe you are, is typically how you will also behave and act and function, right? So if you say, oh, I'm, you know, this successful investment banker, okay, well then that should show up in all of your life. But because Capricorn is very much all about, you know, career and money and goals and success, sometimes you can over-identify with all of those things. And so this is a time I want y'all to delve a little bit deeper and go beyond just what you do, but really, who are you? Not just what you do, but ask yourself, who am I? Who am I really, and why do I do what I do? With Capricorn being ruling the first house, you are responsible not only to your ambitions, your goals, your long-term goals, your drive, and all of those sorts of things, but you are responsible for really discovering who you are and making sure that you are living according to who you say you are. Capricorn is really good, as I stated in the early part of this video, Capricorn is really good for helping us to ascend to our legacy and to our long-term goals. But on the flip side, it also represents our infamy, you know, and what we don't want to be known for, and how we might have been destructive in climbing that corporate ladder, or that social ladder, or that whatever, you know, because that Capricorn energy really wants to say, I have arrived, I worked hard and I did it, right? And that's great when you're doing things that are morally right, or, you know, to the book, you know, on, you know, to the letter and to the book and following the rules. But sometimes people want fame and success and money so bad that they're willing to do anything to get there. So this is also a time to ask yourself, you know, not only who am I, but what am I willing to do to get to where I say I want to get to in my life? And can I live with the consequences of it? Because your sign, Capricorn, is all about rewards and consequences, or rewards and punishment. You know, you're rewarded for doing what's right, and you suffer the consequences for trying to find loopholes to the system. Okay, so make sure that, you know, whatever you do, however you go about your ambitions, however you strive to be you in this world, that you can live with yourself, with whatever it is that you've done. You can look yourself in the mirror and be okay with yourself. As long as you can do that, then you all good. You are all good. All right, so that is my message for my Capricorns. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy birthday again. Happy New Year. Happy 2020 to you. I'm wishing you all so much love, power, and success. Make sure you click all of the links down below, because I have a lot going on. And so I want you to be a part of it. enroll in one of my master classes or get the Magic of Me intuitive natal chart reading, or the miniature version of that where I look at your sun, moon, and rising, because it's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising signs. You want to know how they are working together for you, or how you can make them work even better for you. All right, so that is it for all of my beautiful Capricorns out there. All right, so who is next? Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, happy Aquarians. Happy New Year to all of my Aquarians out there. All right, so we are in the sign that comes before you. Before Aquarius season is Capricorn season. You know what I always tell y'all, these signs build upon each other. So when you do the work in one season, then when the next sign rolls around, you're prepared for the next sign. So in order for you to get ready for your season, for Aquarius season, you got to do the work right now in Capricorn season. Capricorn rules your 12th house. And the 12th house, oh, it's all about, okay. So the 12th house is all about your beliefs, your belief system. Really, okay, system is more of a Capricorn word, but the 12th house word would just be beliefs. Whatever you believe, it ain't even gotta be no system to it. Whatever you believe, it could be religious, spiritual, you know, you could believe in yourself, your own potential, your own power. The 12th house is all about your dreams and your imagination. The 12th house rules the subconscious mind. So on one hand, it's really good because, you know, you can program your subconscious mind to do so you can have the outcomes you want. But on the flip side, the subconscious mind, you know, you can have patterns and behaviors running, patterns of belief running on your subconscious mind that you don't even know that's there. The 12th house is also the house of your undoing or your self-sabotage and your destruction. Go back and listen, rewind this video where I did the oracle reading, and I got two very destructive cards that came out. The Tower, total destruction, and a change in the wind, which means change is coming and it's inevitable and you can't get around it. So with Capricorn ruling your 12th house, my dear Aquarians, this is the time to really get disciplined with your beliefs and whatever's going on in your subconscious mind. This would be a great time if you are somebody who does like subconscious mind work, like you maybe listen to affirmations or you listen to different things while you sleep, because the subconscious mind is so powerful when you sleep. So if you need to reprogram habits, behaviors, beliefs, and whatnot in your subconscious mind, then before you go to sleep at night, you got to grab a hold of your subconscious mind and tell yourself, as before you drift off to sleep, okay, all right, I got these habits and behaviors I want to change. All right, and start speaking the change that you want to see. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am whatever it is that you are trying to change. You know, I am empowered. I believe in myself. I believe, you know, in the vision that I have for myself. That is the time to do that. Just before you go to sleep, or when you first wake up in the morning, deal with that subconscious mind before you get super active in the conscious world, right? Go and deal with your subconscious mind, and be willing to let go of patterns and habits that are not benefiting you, that are actually destructive in some kind of way. So this is a good time to review all of your habits and ask yourself, you know, how is this showing up real time in my life? Do I like that outcome? No, I don't. Or I do, so I'm gonna keep it. But if I don't, okay, now I'm gonna do the work to change it. But the 12th house is all subconscious. It's all those things you just think on default, those habits that you have just on default. So if you need to change your default, then it's time, you know, Capricorn is calling you to be responsible for your beliefs, your habitual patterns of behavior, and to do the work that is necessary to change all of those things that, you know, and do that work. Don't be afraid of that work. So if you have to spend more time in intentional meditation, if you have to spend more time before you go to sleep getting your mind right, then this is the time to do the work, because Capricorn is about doing the work and being responsible. So this is the time to do that work, so that you can enjoy the rewards that come as a result of doing that work. So again, Happy New Year to all of my Aquarians out there. Make sure you click all of my links down below, because I have a lot going on. Make sure you get the Magic of Me intuitive natal chart reading, or at least the mini version of that, where I just look at your sun, moon, and rising sign, because it's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising. You want to know how these are working together to create the person that you are, or how you can utilize them to create the person that you are aspiring to be and to grow and to become. So, and I have some master classes going on. I got the reading of the year, all of that kind of stuff. So make sure you click all of the links down below. All right, so Happy New Year again to you. So who is next? Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Pisceans. Happy New Year to all of my sun sign Pisces out there. Happy 2020 to you. Capricorn rules your 11th house. The 11th house deals with your social networks, your social groups, humanitarianism. It's like you in the world. And so Capricorn being there is really challenging you to look at your social connections. You know, that could be like even like your social media, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. But it could also be the social groups that you belong to. If you belong to community organizations, if you belong to a sorority or fraternity, if you belong to any social groups, Boy Scouts, Girls, whatever, you know, if you belong to any social groups, how you interact in those social groups can really either be beneficial to you or detrimental, because go back and listen to our oracle reading that I did a few minutes back, because I talked about change, and I talked about the structures that we've built up perhaps coming down. Pisces, not all of you, but a lot of Pisces, or at least the Piscean energy, sometimes is so influenced by the world. Like, your identity sometimes is very much entangled with whoever you're dealing with. So if you join a social group in an effort to find yourself, you want to ask yourself, did you find yourself there, or is it time, or was it more destructive to you? Because Pisces energy has no boundaries, no, you know, y'all kind of fluid in how you are influenced and inspired. And so you want to be mindful that you are part of social groups, community groups, and even friend groups that are supportive, and actually with it being Capricorn, that challenge you. Because sometimes Pisces, when y'all get y'all's feelings hurt, or y'all feel some kind of way, or how people have done you, you retreat, or you go into silent mode, or you're like, I don't want to deal with people because, you know, it just hurt my feelings, you know. And so, but Capricorn is a sign that is very beneficial to sun sign Pisces. So Capricorn is like, no, who are you? No, you stand firm in who you are. And stand firm even on the personal goals and dreams that you have for your life. Be very, very clear on those, because sometimes your personal goals and dreams can get so entangled in the goals and dreams of other people that you lose yourself. You forget what your own goals and dreams were. So Capricorn season, especially with it ruling your 11th house, is really strongly encouraging you to be very clear about your own personal goals and dreams and hold on to those. It's okay to be influenced and inspired by other people, but don't lose yourself in your social groups and social networks. On a plus side, all of this is a plus side because it's all helping you, but on a lighter note is that your social groups and your networks can actually be very, very beneficial to you. Especially if you're trying to increase your income, increase your investments, increase, you know, in your material wealth, your material gain, or maybe you're trying to climb the social corporate ladder or career ladder or whatever. Your social groups can be where you find your clients, your new business partners, the people that you want to invest with, or they may have the information you need that can help you in your investments and help you grow your bank account and grow your, what is it saying, your net worth equals your network, or your network determines your net worth. So whoever you're spending the most time around and socializing with and building with could be where, could also be the place that where you find ways to increase your financial net worth. So that's also good too. This is why it's a good time to check in again with your social groups, because that could be where you also grow financially and career wise. All right. So that is it for my sun sign Pisces. Happy New Year again to all of you, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click all of my links down below, because I have so much going on and I want you to be a part of it. Make sure you get my Magic of Me intuitive natal chart reading, or at least the mini edition of the Magic of Me, because on that one I just look at your sun, moon, and rising sign, and that might be helpful to some of you, because it's not enough to just know your sun, moon, and rising. You want to know how these things are working together for your highest good and benefit. So all of those links are down below. Again, thank you so much for watching. So thank you all for watching. Everybody's a Capricorn, including you. 2020. Happy New Year again to everybody. 2020 is going to be a very remarkable year. Like, this is going to be a big come up year for a lot of people. But again, this all this Capricorn energy is like, okay, but it's going to be a come up year for those of us who do the work and who are responsible for the things that we are responsible for. So make sure you click all of the links down below. I don't know when this will be uploaded. Hopefully very, very soon after I record this, because we're already in Capricorn season when I'm recording this. But I'm saying that because my annual reading of the year is either about to take place, depending on when this is uploaded, or it might have already happened. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you will be notified when that is uploaded. But also follow me on Facebook and Instagram, because I will announce that there. The annual reading of the year is a big deal, because I really look at the whole year for everybody and what we need to know. Make sure you get my book, The Magic of Self-Love. Let this be the year that you use self-love as a powerful tool to transform your life. Book a personal reading, like, subscribe, share, leave a love offering in support of this channel. And I think that's it. Oh, Resolution Power, get on that wait list as well, because that masterclass is about to be released. So that is it. Until we speak again, I am wishing each and every one of you so much peace and love. Thanks for watching.